Hey my friends, it is Mrs. Morell. I am here to read you guys a story called There's No Such Thing as a Dragon. Alright, it's a great story. It's by Jack Kent. I read you guys the story of my little cat, the fat cat the other day, and that was by Jack Kent too. So this is another great story, and we're going to talk about Arthur's purpose. So do you guys remember what Arthur's purpose is? Remember, there's a pie, and the first part is to persuade. So the P stands for persuade, and the I stands for inform, and the E stands for entertain. So what do you guys think? Is this book to persuade you that there is such a thing as a dragon? Or is it to inform you about dragons? Or is it to entertain you? Is it just for fun? All right, I kind of am thinking that I have in my head what I know it is. I hope you guys do too. Okay, here we go. There's no such thing as a dragon. All right, you can see the dragon is hanging inside the front of their house and the back of their house. Oh my goodness, crazy dragon. Okay, this one just has a plain fly leaf. Well, it's got the title on it. But here we go. There's no such thing as a dragon. I think the drawings look similar to the last, to the fat cat too. Okay, here we go. Billy Bixby was rather surprised when he woke up one morning and found a dragon in his room. It was a small dragon about the size of a kitten. I think I'd be surprised to find a dragon in my room too. The dragon wagged its tail happily when Billy patted its head. Billy went downstairs to tell his mother. "There's no such things as a dragon," said Billy's mother, and she said it like she meant it. Billy went back to his room and began to dress. The dragon came close to Billy and wagged its tail, but Billy didn't pat it. If there's no such thing as something, it's silly to pat it on the head. Billy washed his face and hands and went down to breakfast. The dragon went along. It was bigger now, almost the size of a dog. Okay, so he isn't patting it, he isn't taking care of it, and it's growing. Okay, because he doesn't believe it's there, because Mom told him it isn't. Billy sat down at the table. The dragon sat down on the table. This sort of thing was not usually permitted, but there wasn't much Billy's mother could do about it. She had already said there was no such thing as a dragon, and if there's no such thing, you can't tell it to get down off the table. So they're ignoring it. Mother made some pancakes for Billy, but the dragon ate them all. Mother made some more, but the dragon ate those too. Mother kept making pancakes until she ran out of batter. Billy only got one of them, but he said that was all he really wanted anyway. There's poor Billy hiding under the table eating his pancakes because the dragon keeps snatching them. Billy went upstairs to brush his teeth. Mother started cleaning the table. The dragon, who was quite as big as Mother by this time, made himself comfortable on the hall rug and went to sleep. By the time Billy came back downstairs, the dragon had grown so much he filled the hall. Billy had to go around by way of the living room to get to where his mother was. "I didn't know dragons grew so fast," said Billy. "There's no such thing as a dragon," said his mother firmly. She doesn't believe in him. Cleaning the downstairs took Mother all morning. What with the dragon in the way and having to climb in and out of windows to get from room to room. So even though she doesn't believe, she's lifting him up and she's going around him to clean. I love this story. By noon, the dragon filled the house. Its head hung out the front door, its tail hung out the back door, and there wasn't a room in the house that didn't have some part of the dragon on it. That thing is going everywhere. When the dragon awoke from his nap, he was hungry. A bakery truck went by. The smell of fresh bread was more than the dragon could resist. The dragon ran down the street after the bakery truck. The house went along, of course, like the shell on a snail. Oh my goodness. Let's see. There's Billy and his mom hanging out of the house, watching. The mailman was just coming up the path with some mail for the Bixbys when their house rushed past him and headed down the street. He chased the Bixbys' house for a few blocks, but he couldn't catch it. When Mr. Bixby came home for lunch, the first thing he noticed was that the house was gone. Luckily, one of the neighbors was able to tell him which way it went. Okay, so here's the mailman, I believe, sorry. Yeah, trying to catch, there he is, trying to catch the Bixbys when their house is going. And here's Dad, he came home and their house is gone. So the neighbor's saying, go that way. Mr. Bixby got in his car and went looking for the house. He studied all the houses as he drove along. Finally, he saw one that looked familiar. Billy and Mrs. Bixby were waving from an upstairs window. See the bread truck down here? And the dragon's happily eating everything. Mr. Bixby climbed over the dragon's head, onto the porch roof, and through the upstairs window. How did this happen? Mr. Bixby asked. It was the dragon, said Billy. There's no such thing, Mother started to say. There is a dragon, Billy insisted, a very big dragon, and Billy patted the dragon on his head. The dragon wagged its tail happily. Then, even faster than it had grown, the dragon started getting smaller. Soon, it was kitten-sized again. He just wanted some attention. What do you guys think? Hold on, let's see. Let's see if the story tells us. I cannot turn this page, friends. I don't mind dragons this size, said Mother. Why did it have to grow so big? I'm not sure, said Billy, but I think it just wanted to be noticed. And his bowl says dragon. That's his name, Dragon. The end. So the dragon just wanted some love, and then he grew to normal size. And it looks like they just kept him as a pet. Anyway, I think this book was definitely, the author's purpose was definitely just for fun. All right, and it was a fun book. I will have it in my classroom, so if any of my little friends stop by, we can read it, okay? Take care, God bless, have a great day.